Folks, we know that hard work and congruency creates wealth. It creates opportunity. We know that as you begin to grow your business from season after season, decade after decade, you could still become wealthy. But here's what we're going to talk about today. The 3 laws of staying wealthy, because it's not just about getting there, it's what you have to do to keep it and beyond. Speaking of wealth, wealth can vanish. According to Forbes, the Rockefeller family's net worth is currently valued at $8.4 with a B billion, and it's spread among 70 different heirs. The fortune amassed was so large that the family founded Rockefeller Financial Services, tremendous move by the way, which enlists professional money managers to oversee the holding company. This entity has 5 separate arms, each of them overseeing various wealth building activities such as investments, venture capital, family businesses, family liability insurance, and risk management. The Rockefeller method of estate planning has succeeded for over 6 generations. That's real important, folks. Through a careful family constitution and irrevocable trusts. In addition, the family ensured that the trust remained well-funded, using the proceeds, here it is, of life insurance policies for each passing family member. And this is where they create their own bank. And these trusts are irrevocable, which means you can't come in and change it up. That's why it's so powerful, and they pass it on to generation to generation. Many cultures around the world have stories about how a family can go from rags to riches. I want you to think of from the streets to the suites. And then from the riches back to the rags, that means they couldn't survive success, book coming soon, within 3 generations. According to the NASDAQ, real important, get your pen, 70% of families lose their wealth in the 2nd generation and 90% lose their wealth by the 3rd generation. Not the Rockefellers, though. The Vanderbilts, well, they've been heralded as American royalty and as the icons of the Gilded Age, but over time, their estate dwindled from $200 million to $1.5 million today. None of the Vanderbilts' founded companies remain within the family. That's scary if you really think about it, and that's because proper planning didn't exist. The confiscatory nature of the arm of the government from a tax standpoint came in, as well as not having the heirs prepared to survive the money. Of the 3 laws, law number 1, Parkinson's law. See, Northcote Parkinson taught 3 vital principles. Number 1, work expands to meet the time envelope allowed. Number 2, a luxury once enjoyed becomes a necessity. And number 3, expenses rise to equal income. Check this out. If you want to be able to survive that, as you climb the wall of financial success, continue to save 20% at all times, no matter what, before you enjoy this other money that's coming in. Anyway, Parkinson's law must be overcome daily if you don't want your wealth to disappear. I just gave you a little nugget on how to do it. Don't buy what you don't need. And remember, save, and then deploy to get multiple use of each and every dollar. Law number 2, Sutton's law. Willie Sutton was a notorious bank robber. When asked why he continued to rob banks, he answered very simply, that's where they keep the money. Where else would I go? Thus, Sutton's law is wherever wealth is accumulated, someone will try and steal it. If you start to accumulate wealth, just know that the IRS is not going to be far behind. So check it, folks. As you begin to climb the wall of financial success and continue to make money, and you start deploying that money properly, you have to know the difference between long-term and short-term capital gains. You got to make sure your accountant, your advisor, your trust officer, insurance agent are all on the same page, not only for the strategy of what you're going to do, but also understanding if that strategy is going to create a tax consequence or not. And that's why it's important to really do all this research to put yourself in a position to prosper. Number 3, the golden rule. Here it is, folks. What is the golden rule? Well, you want to really do unto others what you would have them do unto you. It's a great way to treat people. In the world of business and capital, it is a different golden rule that motivates incentive to innovate, to save, and to protect your wealth. Never forget the other golden rule. Whoever has the gold makes the rules. So remember, you're watching videos all the time, and people are selling you programs all the time, sometimes in front of the jet plane. You have to be careful on what you buy. And whenever you go down that rabbit hole and you start looking at all these different programs that you could buy in front of the entrepreneur that's in front of his or her plane, you want to do your research and have somebody independent come in and ask questions that you don't know what to ask. So you make sure your money's put there in the right position so you can get multiple uses of each and every dollar, because it's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. And we have a lot more pain and loss than the joy of gain. So understand that psychology, and it's okay to be conservative, defensive, yet explosive on opportunities when they come your way. Folks, this is why it's so important to stay educated on the rules of wealth, because remember, as you climb and grow and you're looking around, sometimes you might be like, wow, I didn't expect all this to happen. So you have to be aware of your wealth wounds, but you also have to be aware of the folks that are going to come at you and try and get your money. Anyway, if you want to learn more, go ahead, click the link below, sit down with one of the folks here at Epic. There's no obligation on your part. They'll take you through the success process, answer any questions, go deeper into this video, and put you in a position to prosper. And thank you for not only being part of the channel, continue to like, share, and subscribe.